My name is Arin Lindauer, and you're listening to A Life Without Struggle. I'm a wife, a mother of 2 wonderful children, a 2-time best-selling author, and a highly driven and successful entrepreneur. In my 17-plus year career as a mindset and health expert, I know what holds women back from a life you only dream about. Whether you're a CEO, a businesswoman, or executive, I started this podcast because I have been where you are, and I know you want and deserve more out of your life. I believe women are limitless. We just get lost along the way. The process to get you there is the topic and purpose of this podcast. When you understand what you want, you can truly step into a life without struggle. Welcome, and I'm so thankful you're here. Welcome back to another episode of Life Without Struggle. My name is Arin Lindauer, and today's podcast is what you're missing in your weight loss journey and why it's not about the food. So here's the deal. Every woman thinks she has tried everything, the diets, the workouts, the shots, fasting, and yet she's still not where she wants to be. And I get it, because there was a point in time in my life when I was there too. You know, I was working out harder than ever, but my body just wasn't responding. And it wasn't that the plan was broken. It was my strategy, it was my mindset, and it was my identity more than anything. So this episode isn't about macros and calories. That's actually not it. It's about what you're actually missing and the 3 biggest lies that are keeping you stuck. So the real reason that you're stuck is it's not your hormones, it's your strategy and your standards. Okay. So I have women come into my DMs, come to my program, and they're like, I'm going to go to my doctor because for some reason we hold doctors to a different standard, which, you know, fair. They have additional schooling, etc. But here's the deal. They don't go to school to study weight loss. They certainly don't go to school to study nutrition. They maybe have 1 nutrition class in their entire program, and they absolutely do not do progressive resistance training or understand the physiology behind exercise. That was actually a class that I had, believe it or not, was exercise physiology and understanding what's happening to your body when you do different things to it. So you're just looking at this more as you're chasing these surface level tactics of, okay, I have to restrict my calories. I've got to get a certain amount of steps. Oh, I have to, do all this cardio, instead of addressing the real issue of you being aligned. So the missing piece is you don't have a structure, a process built for this new stage of life. And you're relying on these old models, these old methods that we did back in our 20s. But now here we are in our 40s and our 50s, and it's not working. Well, there's a lot that actually goes into that. Okay, some of it, yes, we have to have the right strategy when it comes to our hormones, but more than anything, you need to understand what it is that you need to do now that you are here in your 40s and your 50s, and we cannot keep blaming our hormones. It's not our hormones' fault. It's a decade plus of all of these habits that have now added up. And so now you need a totally different plan and a different alignment. So your brain is wired to repeat what feels familiar, even when familiar is keeping you stuck. We talk about being in the struggle. Some people just like to struggle. And I know that's a hard thing to hear, but when it's familiar, it's all you know. And all of a sudden something comes easy to you. You're like, oh, no, this can't be right? Like I have a lot of women who want to overcomplicate the process when I clearly set a plan in place because they're so used to struggling. And this is why I am so equipped to spot this, to see this, to help them understand from more of a mental standpoint. So if you've been repeating the same plan and expecting different outcomes, that's not failure. That is your programming. The other thing that I hear so many times when I'm talking to a woman about my program, maybe we're on a discovery call where I'm learning about you, you're learning about me, and we get down to the end of it and I ask for you to make a decision. And, a yes or no is perfectly fine. But then I hear this: I need to talk to my husband. I mean, this isn't about getting permission. This is truly your fear. Most women don't need to ask their husband. They're asking for reassurance because they're afraid to invest in themselves, especially when a woman has told me she's done different programs, she's tried to lose weight using different solutions. So when you say, I need to talk to my husband, this is really your fear coming out. And so you don't need to ask permission when you go to buy groceries, gas, gifts for the kids, because those are safe. Investing in yourself feels unsafe because it means you actually are going to have to change. It means Aaron's going to call you out on your stuff, and oh my gosh, it might get a little bit uncomfortable, okay? What if your husband's biggest dream is to see you confident, vibrant, strong, happy, all of your clothes fit? You're never having those moments of, hey, honey, does this look good? And you're just like, of course he's going to tell you it looks good, right? When you change your energy, your entire household is going to change. Your kids are going to see it. Your husband's going to see it. And you truly are going to set the tone. So when you feel like you need permission, you actually don't need permission. You need the courage. You need the courage to get on a call with someone like myself who has a solution that is going to help you, and you need to go all in. And it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to borrow my belief. I am so good at what I do. I know inside and out what it takes to get a woman to see results no matter where you're at in life. And so for you to get on a call, that takes courage, okay? To share with me all the things that you're feeling, that takes courage. You already have proof that you have courage, but there's one last piece that you have to do. You have to say yes. Yes to not only the financial exchange, that is called energy, because when you exchange the energy comes back to you. I have a solution that will absolutely get that scale to move. You'll be able to wear anything in your closet, and you are absolutely going to feel so good inside of your skin. Another thing that I will hear women say, that's too expensive. And typically my response is, expensive compared to what? Like, what are we comparing this to? Typically, it's not an apples and apples comparison by all means. And also, you cannot negate the years of training experience that my program has. And so when you're saying it's too expensive, you've already spent more staying stuck, okay? You've bought every supplement, you've bought a gym membership, you've gotten every fad diet plan under the sun, and you're still not where you want to be. That's expensive. Your brain equates a price with safety. But what you're really afraid isn't really spending the money, it's spending on yourself. We will spend on the kids, the house, the dog. And when it comes to ourselves, we're scared. We're nervous. We can justify why it doesn't make sense all day long. So if you think it's expensive to invest in your health now, just wait and see what it's going to cost you for ignoring it. Okay? When you start viewing your health truly as an asset and it's not an expense, everything will change. One of a mentor of ours said, anytime you invest in yourself, you are an asset. And so the more we can pour into ourselves from knowledge, education, understanding how to do things, just like how I will educate you on how to lose this weight and how do you lose it for life. I hold nothing back. There are no secrets to my program. Quite frankly, most women say that really like this is all it's going to take. And I'm like, yeah, trust the process and you got to work through it. But this is an investment in you, no different than your investment in your college, your career. These are the things that are absolutely going to change the trajectory of your life. Another thing that I will hear is it's just not the right time. And there's never going to be a perfect time. Absolutely, you will always have something. Life will never slow down. You have to rise up through it. So time expands for what we prioritize. So I'll say that again, time expands for what we prioritize, meaning we will make the time for things that are important to us. You don't need more time. You need more clarity and efficiency of what to do with your time. If you would take all the time that you have doom scrolled trying to figure out and solve your hormones, weight loss, whatever, I guarantee we can buy back a lot of your time, especially if the plan was already put in place and all you had to do was execute. So how long have you been saying when things calm down? That's a super common one I hear. 5 years, 10 years. What if you finally decided that this was your time? This is it. The only thing standing between you and your body you want is the decision to start right now, not next Monday. So what you're really investing in is you're not investing in a program. You're investing in a woman who never starts over again. You don't rise to your goals and you fall to your standards. Every woman wants a certain outcome, but then she berates herself or gets frustrated when she's unwilling to do the things. This takes a special kind of awareness to be able to pull this out of women. So weight loss, it isn't just about calories. What I teach and I put in my program is it's about the identity and the belief and the alignment of the woman that you want to become. When I say that to women, they tend to get a little uncomfortable. Well, Arin, I'm cool. Like, I got the house, I got the kids, I got the husband, I got the career, like I'm good. Well, I'm here to challenge you on that and to say, hey girl, what if you actually went all in? And what if you were really, really happy? What if you were so confident in your own skin? Do you think things would shift? Do you think things would be different? I do. I know what it feels like to feel fantastic inside your own skin. I know what it feels like to put on the tank top and walk through a store and heads turn. And I'll tell you, there's a different sense of pride when you have put the time and effort into your body and now you're seeing the fruits of your result. Everything fits. I remember going jeans shopping and not just any kind of jeans, like good jeans. And for all my women who know good jeans, we know good jeans. And when I went in to try on I was trying on different colors and different legs. And when I tried them all on and I came out of the dressing room, the associate asked me, well, which ones worked? And I was like, all of them. And she said, oh, well, which ones are you going to get? And I'm like, all of them. Can you imagine that feeling when you tried on every single jean and you loved how every single one fit? That's a different level. Okay. And that is possible for you. So once your brain identifies as the woman who finishes, your habits are naturally going to flow. One of the important things that I like to integrate into my program is getting you into a flow state. This is just who I am now. I do these workouts. I do these steps. This is how I fuel and nourish my body. Here's how I handle stress. Yes, this is more than lettuce and carrots. This is about you navigating life. Because if we're self-proclaimed a hot mess, you're never, ever going to see results. If you're constantly in the struggle and the struggle is familiar, until someone brings you to a different level of heightened awareness, you're going to continue to struggle. So it's not about food, workouts, willpower. It's about belief, standards, and identity. The woman who keeps waiting for permission is the same woman who always stays stuck. You are one decision away from literally changing everything. So I know this is hitting home. I want you to reach out to me and say, hey girl, I listened to that podcast and dang, you're speaking to me. I'm scared, but I am giving myself permission to go all in and change my life. And I'm ready for your program. Let's stop negotiating with your potential and finally build this body, health, confidence that lasts for life. Because imagine 6 months from now, waking up strong, confident, everything in your closet fits. You're in total control of your body because you finally said yes to yourself. And here's the deal. Every time you say, I'll start on Monday, your brain reinforces that you're the woman who waits. What if today you chose to be the woman who simply acted? You can keep spending energy and avoiding change, or you can use that same exact energy to transform your life. You can reach out to me on any social media. It's Arin, spelled A-R-I-N. Lindauer is L-I-N-D-A-U-E-R. And let's connect. Let's have a real conversation. And let's most importantly, take action. Let's go.